Emma Atta Zayan. Emma Atta Zayan Ama Atta Shima Shima Shima. O Yasharallah. Ehaya. Yahweh Ehaya. Elohim. Elian Olem. Elohaya. Anaka Eya Aleph. Shadaya Adana. Zaboth. For thou art my people in the highest, my people art thou. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Kau halal barak barak barak. For in the mercy of thy tabernacle shall we worship thee towards the holy temple and fill, for this is Elijah's house. Shema, 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 Aoba, Nawa. Hear us, our Father, who art in heaven, and hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, and thy will be in the earth as it is in thy heavens. And may thou bless us this day with our daily bread. With thee forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debt towards, and may thou lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine art thy kingdom, thy power, and thy glory forevermore. Shema, Shema, Shema. Hear the right, O Yahweh, Yahweh, and tend unto my cry, and give ear unto my prayer, that goeth not out of fringed lips. Let my sentence come forth from thy presence. Let thy eyes behold the things that are equal. Thou hast proved my heart. Thou hast visited me in the night. Thou hast tried me and shall find nothing. Yah, I am purposed that my mouth shall not transgress concerning the works of men by the diva, word of my lips. Anaka Eya Aleph, I have kept me from the paths of the destroyer. Hold up my goings in thy paths, that my footsteps slip not. Anaka Eya Aleph, I have called upon thee, for thou wilt Shema, 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 hear me, O Elohim, Elian, Olem, Elohaya. Incline thy ear unto me, and Shema, 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 hear my speech. Show thy marvelous loving kindness, O thou that savest by thy right hand them that put their trust in thee from those that rise up against them. Keep me as the apple of thy eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wing, from the wicked that oppress me, from the deadly enemies who compass me about. They are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth they speak proudly. They have now compassed us in our steps. They have set their eyes bowing down to the earth, like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, and as it were a young lion lurking in secret places. Uriah, 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 Ip. Arise, O Yahweh, Yahweh. Disappoint him, cast him down. Ra'ara, I deliver my haya, soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. From men who are thy hand, O Yahweh. From men of the world which have their portion in this kaya life, and whose belly thou fillest with thy head treasure. They are full of children, and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. As for me, Anaka Eya Aleph, I will behold thy face in righteousness. Anaka Eya Aleph, I shall be satisfied when Anaka Eya Aleph, I, Quam Ip, awake with thy likeness. Barakadaya, hallelujah, tawadaya. All blessings and praises and thanks be unto thee, our Father who art in heaven. Shema, Shema, Shema. So, this lesson is to teach you about what you understand to be as Christmas is not Christmas. How you celebrate it is not how you celebrate it. What I'm about to show you is real imperative and it's real important to your life, that you pay attention to what I'm saying. If you celebrate Christmas, you got a Christmas tree in your house right now, you buying gifts for your child, you are celebrating Satan's day. You're worshiping Satan. You're making a clause with Satan as Santa's clause, Satan's clause. When you sign a clause, it's a contract, right? You signing Satan's clause when you partake in this day, because it's not how you really truly keep the day. Keep it. It's actually called Hanukkah. It is celebrated for 8 days. It is celebrated like the Feast of Tabernacles, which we had to stay in the tent for like 8 days. The reason for staying in this tent is this. This is for you to remember all those who are without and have not. As this is the season for giving, but it seems like everybody got their hand out. Nobody gives but unto the people that they know, but you don't give unto those who actually really need it. To that child next door to you, who mama and daddy may be on drugs, or whatever the case may be, and they not up to par with their raising of their child. So their child go without. But you in your house, you have abundance of things to share with other people, but you don't. This is what this is for. We are not a selfish people. We are a selfless people. As in being righteous in our hearts, we share the things that we have. We don't look down on others when they don't have. But I can understand why a lot of people do when they do get it. Being that you ain't never had nothing or never been nobody. So you kind of get puffed up, get a big ego, and then shit go to the left. But this is to get you back right. Stroll with me for a second to Jeremiah chapter 10. Speaks and says thus. Shema, 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 hear the diva, 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 meaning word, which they Yahweh Ehaya, the Lord, speaketh unto you, O house of Yasharal, you niggas and Negroes, that go for Negro Hispanics, Negro Indians, and just niggas, plain out Negroes. This word is unto you. Thus says the Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen. Learn not the way of the heathen. For what you partaking in is of the other side. We don't do that shit. We don't partake what they partake in. That's not us. Learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed by them. You see how the white people right now running them up. What's going on here in America? They don't know what's going on. They losing their mind. They Trump this, Biden that. They about to clash and knock each other down. But don't you fall in the dominoes with their ass. Fuck no. Cause you and your kids, you sacrificing your children when you celebrate Christmas. And I understand it's for the kids, it's for the kids. Life should be for them children too. One gift, them not getting something, and you been getting them shit all through the fucking year. They play you for you to spend all your money at the end of the year. For you had to double back down and get that income tax to try to keep your house going. For an ungrateful child that don't give a fuck about what you buying them. They ungrateful anyway. You done bought this motherfucker 6 pair of Jordans this year. Why the fuck you need a 7 pair? All this shit you done got, you still ain't satisfied, or she ain't satisfied. Neither are they obeying you or doing what the fuck you need to do. Their grades ain't up to par. They ain't got no manners. But yet and still you break your back. You labor for nothing. Labor to sin. That ain't how that shit work. For the custom of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest. Cutteth a tree out of the forest. The work of the hands of the workman with the axe Then what they do, they go chop the tree down. You had to use to, back in the day before these artificial trees and shit like that, what you had to do, you had to go chop the tree down. Chop the tree down and bring it back to your house. They deck it with silver and with gold. I can remember doing this when I was a little kid. We got the little stencil and shit. Me and my sister running around the tree. We throwing that shit on that motherfucker. Yeah, we doing all that. We little jitterbugs in there, lighting up like little lightning bugs. They fasten it with nails in the hammer, that it move not. They are upright as the palm, but they speak not. They knees not be born. Their knees be born. They cannot go. You got to pick this motherfucker up and go. It don't get up on its own. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. There's no good or evil in the tree. What good can it do you, or what evil can it do you? You can't pray to this tree and make it give you fucking gifts. It ain't gonna do that. You can't pray to this tree and get that ungrateful ass kid to be grateful for what you giving it. But yet still, that's what you do. But it's not your fault. You was led astray, so I understand. I also was led astray too. But I'm gonna tell you, the spirit that you put upon your child when you teach them that your hard work is in vain. You work all year to bust your ass to get them gifts. And then you turn around and you give the credit to another motherfucker that ain't did nothing for you. You tell them that a fat white man coming down your chimney. Most of us stay in the hood. We ain't got no chimneys. So you teaching your child and putting the lying spirit upon your child. So when your child lie to you, how are you going to be mad? Do unto others as you want done unto you. So you don't want your child to lie to you. You don't lie to them. You lying to them. Don't let your work be in vain. These motherfuckers break your back all year. And then you turn around and say they did it for you. No, they ain't do it for them. You did that. You did that. And in that act, we learn how to be selfish. To think about our own and not think about others. He hates these days. He doesn't like them. He hates them with a passion. But I'm coming at you trying not to be so harsh with you. But to understand the severity of this, whether you believe it or not, it don't make it null and void. If anybody understand, if you write your name in the concrete, if you ever wrote your name in the concrete, your name's still there today, right? If you live anywhere around and you still remember that shit, your name's still in that concrete. It don't go nowhere. Though this is on paper, understand, it was etched in stone first. So it don't make it null and void. You just null and void it. Because you love doing whatever it is you're doing, but you should want to love to live. Because this right here, this is life. He say, make him no graven images. The image that y'all portray, it's a graven image. Show you how to really celebrate Christmas. Because many people forget about the poor. This is one of the main reasons why you celebrate. This how you celebrate. Second Maccabees, chapter 10, verse 1. Now, Maccabees, also known as Judah, and his company, they hire Yahweh, Lord, guiding them, recovered the temple and the city, but the altars which the heathen had built up in the open street, that's these churches that you see around here today. You see almost every corner like a drugstore. So what you think the first trap was?
I thought the motherfucking vacant houses were the first trap. No, nigga, the church is the first trap. A literal trap at that. And then they turned around and made it a trap like the hustle, you hear me? So, they built the altars which the heathen had built up in the open streets. And also the chapels they pulled down. And having cleansed the temple, they made another altar, and striking stones, and took fire out of them, and offered a sacrifice after 2 years, and set forth incense and lights, and showbread. This feast is also called the Feast of Lights, dedication, being that the righteous are seen like lights in heaven, the stars in heaven. I'm going to get to that. Y'all willing, I'm get around to that. When that was done, they fell flat down and besought Yahweh, that they might come no more into such troubles. But if they sin any more against him, that he himself would chasten them with kusita, with mercy, and that they might not be delivered unto blasphemies and barbarous nations. If we start keeping this, can't nobody do us nothing. No nation on earth. Nobody will be able to touch us. The police gunning us down in the street, stop. Our children getting snatched up, kidnapped and all that, that'll stop. All that Kaninka shit. Old boy Kendrick Johnson, all them type of things, that shit'll stop. He'll chasten us. Meaning he'll punish us on his own. He won't let the other people do it like they're doing today. Now upon the same day that the strangers profaned the temple, on the very same day it was cleansed again, even the 5 and 20th day, the 25th day of the same month, which is Kislev, which you understand would be December 25th. It's actually Kislev. It's actually the 10th month. And December meaning 10 is actually meaning the 10th month. It's actually the 10th month of the Hebrew calendar. Last year, Hanukkah fell on December 25th. I kept that feast. I was outside in the tent. This is it right here. Starting December, the night of December the 10th, from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. 8 days you are to keep this feast. And they kept 8 days with gladness, as in the Feast of Tabernacles, remembering that not long after they had held the Feast of Tabernacles, when as they wandered in the mountains and dens like beasts. The Feast of Tabernacles. Go to Leviticus. I want to say 19. Nah, nope. Leviticus 23. And And the Yahweh spoken to Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of the 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Yahweh. 41, 23 and 41. And ye shall keep it a feast unto the Yahweh, 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever. It shall be a statute forever. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. As long as we generating kids, you must keep this feast. As long as we study making babies, and last time I checked, there is no expiration date on forever. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month. Ye shall dwell in tents 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in tents, that your generations may know that Anaka Eya Aleph, I made the children of Yasharel to dwell in tents. When Anaka Eya Aleph, I brought them out of the land of Egypt. Yah, I am the Yahweh, Yahweh, your Elohim, Elianolem, Elohaya, Lord your God. And Moses declared unto the children of Yasharel the feast of the Yahweh, Forever is the statute. It shall be a statute forever. There is no expiration date on forever. Ye shall dwell in tents 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in tents. If you a nigga, you supposed to be in there. Your hair look like mine, you supposed to be in there. Your daddy a Negro, your daddy a nigga, you supposed to be in your tent. That your generations may know that Anaka Eya Aleph, I made the children of Yasharel to dwell in tents. When Anaka Eya Aleph, I brought them out of the land of Egypt. This is a remembrance. For when them people came up out of Egypt, and they came up out of bondage, they stayed in the wilderness 40 years. 40 years did they stay in tents for us to have the life that we had today, or otherwise we wouldn't be here. Y'all done got so wrapped up in being materialistic that you done forgot about your God, your Lord, this word, the truth. All y'all say y'all love the Lord, but y'all can't love this man. Cause a nigga telling you the truth, but you still not listening. You ain't listening. So understand this. I'm gonna explain this to you one more time so you'll get it, so you'll know. So I do my job, I blow my whistle, cause you niggas ain't gonna get me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna establish that right now. This is why I do this. So when the time comes, you can't say Jeremiah ain't do what he's supposed to do. Nah, I did what I was supposed to do. I blew my whistle. Again, the Divar word of the Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land and blow the trumpet and warn the people, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning, his blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. But if the watchman see the sword come and blow not his trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hands. So thou, O son of man, Anaka Eya Aleph, I set thee a watchman unto the house of Yasharal. Therefore thou shalt Shema, 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 hear the word at my mouth, and warn them for me. Niggas ain't gonna get me in trouble, nigga. Like I say, I do care if you listen, because you got chaps, and they can read. Some of them can't read this on their own. It's up to you to teach them the truth. You can teach them a lie and give them over to the devil, or you can teach them the truth and you can give them unto who gave it to you. That just is what it is. I don't make the rules. I had to adhere to them just like you do. More so than you. I'm just the messenger, coming to warn you that this time of ignorance, he ain't looking at no more. It is. Nah. But this time, you're not weakening at your ignorance no more. It doesn't, because you're wise to do evil. You YouTube, you Google, all these things on. Matter of fact, right now the big thing is scamming, man. How you niggas know how to do all this? Y'all been looking it up. And a lot of you women out there don't think a nigga know that you playing with witchcraft. How you know? We know because you looking it up. There's no way for you to understand something that you didn't know unless you looking for it. But nobody look to seek the truth. I'm doing my job. I ain't gonna call it a job. I do my Father's will. He tell me to warn you, I warn you. That's all I can do. But if you would have life, and you would show your love by keeping his commandments, take that Christmas tree out your house. Go buy you a tent and pitch it out your door. Them gifts that you got, you go find somebody less fortunate that you do not know, a stranger. Because that's where it really counts. They wasn't looking for you to do it. And give it away. Show your love. That's the only way to do it. Because if you see me right now, and you hear this, please don't ride past my house if you stay anywhere near me and you know me. You done seen me. You done rolled past my house. Don't laugh at me in my tent, no. And you not in that motherfucker. Don't laugh. Don't even look over here. Matter of fact, don't even come through here. Because if I lay eyes on you, that's all it take. That's all it take. I don't have to do nothing but lay eyes on you. So please understand. Hear me when I tell you this. There's a truth out there. And the truth that you understand is not a truth. You can go all through this Bible. You're not gonna find Christmas nowhere in there. You're not. What you is gonna find is this. You will find this. This is the real Christmas. That's real Christmas. I leave it up there long enough for you to pause it, look at it, read it. That's real Christmas. This is how you keep real Christmas. I ain't gonna keep y'all long. I ain't got much to say but that. I'm gonna blow my trumpet. Ain't got no stuff. 33 through 44. This is how you keep the real Christmas. Take it, pause it. 33 through 44 is how you keep Christmas for real. Hanukkah. It's not one day, it's 8 days. It's 8 days. If you love your kids, man, you'll be out there. You will understand. There's a punishment attached to this. There's something coming. The death of the firstborn. There's plagues coming to this place. Plagues. In a proportion that you don't understand. Y'all don't understand there is finna be no peace. Y'all do understand this, right? There is finna be no peace. He's not coming to make no peace, man. He angry with the wicked every day. And he said won't be no peace to the wicked. The righteous keep the commandments. So, as it was written, they take the tree and they deck it. What it says in Jeremiah chapter 10. For the custom of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen. With the axe they deck it with silver and gold, and they fasten it with nails with hammers that it move not. They are upright as the palm tree. They're like the palm tree, but they're not the palm tree. Show you who really is the palm tree. They are upright like the palm tree, but they speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, nor also is it in them to do good. This is a real palm tree. Psalms 119. No, Psalms 92. Psalms 92 and 12. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. You yourself is described as a tree. You're a tree. You're the tree. And the righteous, you see. Oh. Says the Legend of the Jews, Volume 1, From Creation to Jacob, the Creation of the World, Chapter 1. There is no light, for the light of the righteous is a shining light. So the light of the righteous is a shining light. Also, the righteous shall flourish like a palm tree. So you yourself are the Christmas tree, if you live in righteous. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. That's what he meant by that. For you don't know how special that you are. You're beautiful. But you don't believe that. Like, you are the Christmas tree. You're a walking light. You're a walking tree with lights. But you don't get that. Like it's past your comprehension to even think that. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. There is no light, for the light of the righteous is the shining light. So why the fuck do you need to put a Christmas tree in your fucking house? Why do you need to put a tree with lights in your house when you are the tree? Don't make sense, do it. This shit makes sense. The righteous. Let me think. Let me see. Let me see what I got. Let me hit this one a little further. See the righteous. I'll give you some righteous. Man, what the fuck? Yeah. You got 7 righteous men. Let me see. Bro, why is this shit sticking like this? Bro, this shit so... That be slowing me up. Bro. It's aggravating. Bro. Isn't it? Are you serious? Oh. 7 righteous men. It's Adam, Noah, Enoch, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Levi. These men, these 7 men are the righteous is the shining light. The righteous shall grow, shall flourish like a tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. You are the tree. You do the acts of these men. You are a tree of lights, as Hanukkah means, meaning lights. You dedicate this time to give to the righteous, to appreciate righteous people in a wicked world, to appreciate the poor in a material world. Please, do not give up what you have for a little or nothing. Them chaps, they is not gonna fucking die if they don't get no fucking toys and clothes and shit. They not gonna die. You do this shit all year. You do it all year, man. Save your fucking money. You should be happy. For all y'all out there breaking y'all back, going double shifts and all that shit, you ought to be happy than the motherfucker. You ain't gotta buy a motherfucking thing. None of that shit. You ain't gotta do none of that. You can just stop that shit right the fuck now and be done with it. That's what we do. We don't fuck that shit over here. Now where's my light at? So, man, understand. Understanding is key. And lack of knowledge and wisdom, many people have perished behind that. So, show you. Hey, wait. Let me think. Understand. Oh, yeah. Let me go get that. Oh, yeah. Isaiah chapter 1, I think. Chapter 1. Chapter 1, verse 13. Isaiah. Bring no more vain oblations. Incense is an abomination unto me. The new moons and the Sabbaths, the calling of the assemblies, I cannot away with. It is iniquity, even the solemn meeting. All these holidays that I call them holidays, but all these days they call holy, they're not holy. These people came through and they changed the times and they changed the customs on how you are supposed to worship and celebrate on these days. As in, like, the Sabbaths. Saturday is the Sabbath, but they say Sunday is the Sabbath. When he tell you, let there be no gatherings on the first day of the week when I come, which is Sunday. The new moons establish that. The new moon is the black moon. You can't see it, but it's up there. This will be the start of the 10th month right here in the Hebrew calendar. The first day of the month starts this day right here. See, in they time, you already in your 12th month. In his time, you are only going into the 10th month. So you understand how this this causes an effect upon your body and upon your thinking. See, they speed. See, this time sped up. But if you go by his time, time slows down. If time slows down, it ceases to exist. How could you ever expire? Think about it. Time is a mind. Time is a construct of the mind. Though it's real, don't get it twisted. You can live outside the time if you lived on his time. He's everlasting, infinite. There is no beginning or end to him. Just like, how you not follow that? You know what I'm saying? I understand. I can understand that. You like, you never stayed in the tent before and all that? Yeah. You ever been homeless before? Then go out there and partake in it and see what it feel like. Because I've been there. I can testify of being homeless more than one time. But I can give you a time when I was in Houston homeless, sleeping behind a Kroger, in between two green dumpsters. Me and my bag in the hope a motherfucker don't come back here and snatch my ass up while I'm trying to sleep. Though I can't sleep because I'm outside. Yeah, so understand, take in consideration the poor. And those people that labored and lost their lives for the freedom that we think we have today, for the true freedom to be released from their oppressors, to go find new life in another land. And that will be true liberation. True liberation. But if we depart from here, we can't go where we going, doing the same shit we do here. We must go back to the ways that we understand and what we know. So understand you've been warned. Whoa. 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 You've been warned. If ye love me, keep my commandments, for they are not grievous. Show your love to us. Show your love. And do as we do, and not as the other people do. Because don't nobody want to get left behind. You do not want to get left behind. I come to you in peace. And that's a mercy. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Kusita, kusita, kusita. Grace, goodwill, and mercy be unto all those who Shema, Shema, Shema. Hear the voice of our Father in heaven to do His will. With that, La Allah Tav, Yasharal. Good night, my people.